Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 5 of The Twist with Chaos. Of course, I'm your host, Chaostopia. This is episode 6. And this one, I had to really record fast again. Every time I think I have some time, all of a sudden it just pops out of nowhere. Surprise. What the hell? Surprise, motherfucker. Anyways, so we have to do our recap of week 5 versus no, excuse me, not week 5, week 4 versus Dansville, and focus on a week 5 matchup, which is going to be up against the Toronto Bears. So of course, so for the Dansville game, that was actually it was a close game, but after the second half, they were kind of forced to play catch up ball. Overall, we did win the game. Final score was 55-48. And what was literally a game that pretty much helped make our case as one of the better teams. So for Heel, he went ahead and this was another day at the office, still keeping that interceptionless streak alive. But this time around he went 17 for 23, 473 yards, and 7 touchdowns, 8 carries for 70 yards. So that was a good performance. We picked off Clan 2 times. I had to go ahead and basically deal with 2 tight ends that had the name Balls for some reason. Lord help me, because I feel like I'm going to go ahead and get bullied. But yeah, we had basically a good run. Probably went ahead and was a 100-yard receiver. Emirates was a 100-yard receiver. Overall, we were seeing a lot basically getting done. A lot of spread out, a lot of the whole thing. Same old, you know. It's a monumental W that basically will help us as we make our push into the second half of the season. Looking at it, actually, so far it's not going to be easy, but it's baby steps that we've done statistically wise. But we won basically pretty much what the matches that we need to win, and in this case, it's been basically playing defense, basically getting the job done. So for our next opponent, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna be playing the Toronto Bears, which is actually led by one of the top QBs statistically in the league right now, which is Kursa, having himself 2,641 yards, 32 touchdowns against 1 pick on the year. So we're going up against a pass offense that takes their job, by all means, heavily seriously, if you want to put it that way. So this is not going to be one of those walk in the park situations. This is actually going to be, we're actually going to have to fight for this win. So we're dealing with his passing. Running wise, he could pose a bit of a threat. 32 carries for 242 yards. Yet to have a rushing touchdown this season, but that's not really something to really worry about. The main focus is their passing game, which is headlined by Dymek, 28 catches for 969 yards and 15 touchdowns. Dion Vert having 594 yards and 7 touchdowns. And LeBron James, 12 catches for 463 yards and 6 touchdowns. Overall, we're going up against a team that literally it's a pass happy team. So our pass defense will be the one to go ahead and really look out for. So whatever happens, we need basically a good performance all around. Oh, this is a game that it's literally a situation that it's literally must win, do or die type scenario. So defensive wise, they do have one of the top short cornerbacks in the league, which is LeBron James fan. Cloud also one of the top DBs in the league. So, and they also have a good defensive end core. So overall, this is going to be our toughest match so far this season. So overall, they got a statistically worthy defense, a statistically worthy offense. But we're going to really be put to the test here. So the guys I think should be stepping up is, of course, our defense. we've gotten a couple of interceptions, but in this scenario, we need to go ahead and make sure we get those plays done. So we need interceptions like those, and we need to make sure we capitalize on these because what we've seen from basically from the past instances from the Jostin and Dansville games, if we can stay consistent in going ahead and forcing those turnovers, we can go ahead and we can still keep our momentum going. What also helped is that we also went ahead and we got the ball at halftime. So when we open the ball to start the second half and we can go ahead and constantly score and make it 2 possession games, it makes it harder for this team to go ahead and basically do what they got to do. And which and if and with this go ahead and basically playing all right, we could probably go ahead and make a nice little run. So this whole thing. So what about the playoff implications? So Toronto, they are 4-0, which is kind of surprising because yeah, a bit of surprise that Toronto is 4-0. I thought they did lose a game, maybe. And again, this is very much a well coached. This is really a well offensively high powered team. So I got to go ahead and give credit where it's due. So yeah, Toronto, they have statistically literally the number 2 seed at the moment. One of 4 teams in the OEC to actually be undefeated. And opposite of that, then we're gonna go ahead and then we have, of course, then we have us, who at this moment we sit 3-1, which is number 4 in the conference. So if the playoffs technically ended, we basically have a top 4 spot. We would host a playoff game for the first time ever, and it would be ideally versus Green Bay. So yeah, playoff implications really matter in this game. So whoever basically wins this game, this literally helps out their chances. If you're us, the Twisters, a win here basically means even though the schedule basically gets somewhat harder, we're actually going to go ahead and really fight. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they still got a difficult schedule themselves. So no matter what happens, we're going to need to go ahead and basically get the job done, and also just make sure we got to play flawless. We got to make sure we get the job done because this isn't no ordinary quarterback we're facing up against. We're facing up against one of the top guys. At this point, the first half basically okay, that was easy. Now the games have begun, and if you want to get to San Antonio to play in Victory Bowl 34, we're gonna have to go ahead and play our asses off. So that's gonna be it for this week's episode. Thought this was a really quick one. Also, we actually also are in our officially our new studio. So this was designed once again. Shout out to Parker for going ahead and basically getting this design for me. I said it's not a bad studio if you want to go ahead and look at it. Very comfy, very soundproof. And like I said, it's really it. Also, we also got a jersey of Field Bowl basically here. So if you want to basically kind of hang out in here, you can. Probably won't, but it's possible. Yeah, at this point now, it's showtime. Do or die. Anyways, besides that, I guess we're going to watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.